APB Reloaded is getting a new engine, Path of Exile launches, City of Steam stirs up some controversy, DC Universe Online prepares for a massive update, and more on this week's episode of Free to Play Weekly. Optimization efforts are still ongoing for the popular MMOFPS PlanetSide 2. The latest entry in SOE's Operation Make Faster game series highlights how the developers are working to improve the performance and quality of the game's animations. By removing unnecessary animations at longer distances, SOE has managed to reduce the animation system's performance cost by 50%. SOE will also be adding new animations visible at close distances in order to improve a player's ability to predict an enemy's movement. Explosions in PlanetSide 2 have also been tweaked. The new changes reduce the amount of explosion pixels on screen without compromising the wow factor. SOE had already set October 23rd as the tentative date to ship the first round of optimizations. But with that date now well behind us and no new release announcement, it's apparent SOE feels they need more time. With the PlayStation 4's release less than a month away, many of the PC titles headed for the console are busy sprucing themselves up for the big day. DC Universe Online happens to be one of those lucky few, so in an effort to utilize more of the PS4's pixel-pushing power, SOE unveiled DCUO's Game Update 31. The update, which will go live on both PS4 and PC versions simultaneously, offers improved textures, lighting, and effects throughout the game. SOE has also done some underlining wire work, improving the world's geometry to provide an experience which doesn't involve you falling through the floor. Game Update 31 will also introduce an improved quest flow for levels 1 to 30. Players should now find it easier to progress from one area to the next, with new content presenting itself naturally. Characters can now earn marks of triumph while leveling as well, expediting the process of acquiring entry-level raid gear. APB Reloaded is attempting to resurrect itself yet again. The cop vs. robber MMO has had a rocky existence, but still managed to garner a dedicated fanbase over the last couple of years. Now Reloaded Productions, the developers behind the newest iteration of APB, have announced their grand plan to replace the MMO's aging engine with the Unreal 3 engine in order to deliver new graphical improvements and network optimizations. According to the official dev blog post, the upgraded engine would let the team tackle important things like minimum spec system performance, lighting system improvements, net code improvements, and new graphic card optimizations, and it would likely lead to a faster content creation pipeline by taking advantage of new systems available in the updated engine. APB's current roadmap puts a fully upgraded APB engine sometime at the end of Q1 in 2014. Are APB's engines updates enough to bring you back into the life of crime and justice? Let us know in the comments below. Path of Exile sheds its beta title last week, and unlike other games with more superficial releases, the ARPG's patch to 1.0 has brought along some substantial meat to it. Notable highlights include several new zones with fresh tile sets, new enemies, items, challenge modes, and the new Scion class who can only be unlocked once players complete the game. The Scion, who's the most customizable of all the classes, offers full freedom with talent point specialization. That flexibility comes at a price though, as the Scion does not possess any class-specific specializations. 6 new world areas and 8 new endgame maps ensure even the most veteran PoE players have something new to look at. They'll want to return anyways though, as Grinding Gear Games has also added a grand finale boss fight which no ARPG story can be complete without. Virtual Socialites will be pleased to know you can now more effectively dispatch your enemies alongside friends with the inclusion of guilds. Guild members will be able to earn unique tags with rare symbols by sacrificing a set of endgame maps, and competitive guilds should be on the lookout for special guild challenges soon. Solo players can look forward to new 4-month challenge leagues, which offer new domination and nemesis modes featuring specific guidelines and special loot. Beyond these major features, Grinding Gear Games certainly went to the distance by also adding over a dozen new skills, performing substantial balance changes, cleaning a multitude of pesky bugs, adding an achievement system, and adding a new Capture the Flag PvP mode. Those interested in checking out the full list of changes can follow the link in the description box below. The visually stunning City of Steam may have hit high marks on their physical aesthetics goal, but unfortunately they fell short of their most important one, player retention. Due to R2's disappointing performance as a publisher, City of Steam's developer Mechanist Games is dropping R2 and has decided to self-publish the MMO. Because of this, the City of Steam servers hosted by R2 will be shut down on November 21st, and will apparently reopen the same month under the new name City of Steam Arcadia. Mechanist Games views this change in publisher as a ripe opportunity to make some much-needed changes to the steampunk MMO. According to an official announcement, Arcadia will feature new content, additional features, new equipment and cosmetics, new quests, a massive change to the economy and statistics, and an overhaul of most of the level art and main quests. Mechanist Games has also said some of the MMO's less desirable features will be receiving the axe, but failed to mention which specifically. Last week, BigPoint released their semi-futuristic military MOBA Merc Elite into open beta, but only for those residing in the EU. During its closed beta, Merc Elite set itself apart from its MOBA brethren by ditching minions and towers altogether, instead introducing mechanics and game modes more commonly found in shooters. The addition of increased protection behind cover, realistic line of sight, and higher ground advantage gives the game an isometric shooter feel. Currently, there's no word on when Merc Elite will transition into full release. It's also unclear whether those outside of the EU are prevented from signing up for the open beta, seeing as BigPoint has yet to announce any plans for Merc Elite in North American regions. From what was observed during closed beta, any players can expect serious lag if they attempt to play overseas. TQ Digital recently announced that their free-to-play FPS Absolute Force Online will be shutting down in November. The news came through Absolute Force Online's official website, where it mentions players will be unable to credit AFO points or create new accounts as of 12 AM on November 11th. At that time, current players will be able to continue playing until the full server shutdown on November 29th. Players who still have AFO points are asked to submit an application to their customer service mail before November 11th in order to have their AFO points balance exchanged for game points in UDemons Online or Conquer Online. In addition to the transfer of points, accounts will be rewarded with bonus gift packages. And the game of the week is Hawken. Hawken is a fast-paced mech shooter developed by Adhesive Games. The FPS focuses on creating intense battles that capture the feeling of piloting a multi-ton mech, while keeping the action fast-paced and strategic. Set in a dystopian human-colonized planet industrialized to the point of collapse, Hawken places players in an all-out fight for what little remaining resources are left. Hawken currently features 4 game modes, including the multi-stage Siege mode, which has each side scrambling to fuel, launch, and defend battleships capable of destroying the enemy's base. Unlike other first-person shooters, players in Hawken do not have to manage their weapons' ammunition. Instead, using weapons generates heat, which a pilot must manage in order to prevent overheating, causing the mech's weapon and guidance systems to shut down temporarily. If controlling powerful titans of destruction in fast-paced explosive battles is your thing, then make sure to check out Hawken. That is going to be all on this week's episode of Free to Play Weekly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to head over to mmobomb.com for more free to play action. Until next time, that's me out.